Done. We are here. This is a brand new streaming setup. Mainly because my Windows 10 machine needed a rebuild. So here we are. Let me get everything up and running and we'll say g'day. No music on this one because it's a Sand and Sequoia's health retreat test, or so I'll go through the list and show you what's going on. It's a test mode for Jarvis. And I don't think there's any heads-up display on screen. So it should be a bit of fun. So we'll see how it looks. Yeah, things look a little different here on the stream. Hopefully it still works okay, but a little bit of different setup because I started fresh. So we have this view here, which will probably disappear everything soon. If it's going to be a no HUD ride, we might not see much at all. What other views do we have? We have the phone view now. So we can see a little bit more on the screen. No descent party, I'm sorry. Nope. And you ready for my Be Right Back? Oh, I'll show you that one just quickly. I need to make sure all this works. So we're 5 minutes to go for this ride. It should be, I think it's a 60-minute ride. Morning, Simon. How are we doing? Ready for my Be Right Back? You'll love it. My Little Pony. I searched for a Be Right Back image and that one came up first, so it's all good. So RTX voice is on, so the stream should be pretty quiet with the bike in the background. What else is news? No music because it's all about sights and sounds is what this is called. So here, I'll put the phone up on the screen and I'll show you if we go to clubs, this is what I'm up to tonight. Club Jarvis, which is still in test mode on Zwift for everything. And within Club Jarvis, events for this week. We've added more sights and sounds events this week along with our boost mode test. Now I haven't done boost mode test, I just haven't had the spare cycles to literally cycle. Thoughts on Strava changes, stay tuned for tomorrow. They're finally rolled out. It took 4 days for those changes to roll out. Now we can see what those changes really mean. Lots of background sound, really? What, the fans and things, Von? Or the background Zwift sounds? So now we know what those changes really mean. We can have a chat and have a look at what they mean. So I'll do some hands-on with that tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I got a comment on Strava today. I was pretty happy with that. Happy days. There's even more incentive now to get a com or in the top 10 because non-paying members can still see your name if you do that. Otherwise, you don't exist. Kidding. You'll see it tomorrow. I've gone through the whole list of what you get and what you don't with the Strava free account. I think it'll open a lot of people's eyes. It certainly opened mine when I went through it top to bottom. The Zwift sounds allowed. Okay, Von, I'll down the Zwifting. How's that? As long as we're not going over cobble sounds. Lovely noise. Yeah, the contrast of the blinging ride-ons. I can change that. Let's have a look. How's that? Less bling? Yeah. I'm all for that. But lots going on in the background. Not a lot of videos this week. I'm working on one for tomorrow. Tomorrow night should be out. And then back into it, but lots and way too much testing of things. Way too much. And typically if that means things that don't work, if they work first time, there's no more testing needed to be done. Anyway, more on that coming up. So sights and sounds in 2 minutes. I think we're going to... I don't have a full screen Zwift because of my new setup here, but I'll see what the phone flips to. But so Club Jarvis, it's a club-only event. Only 22 people, exclusive little club. And I think the event description, what did it say? They say anything about a health retreat and a bit of meditation as we ride. Pure Zwift. There we go. Just pure Zwift. But to be honest, what they've done is a bit of low-hanging fruit here. We could have got rid of the HUD with the Zwift Prefs hack. We've had that around for years. I think they've just put that in game and calling it a new feature. It's something. It's something. If it's something that encourages more people to do these test events and then they can roll out clubs sooner, that's, I think, where the value is. So no timers, no watts. It's okay, I've got 3 head units to look at. Pick between the Element Roam or the Garmin Edge 1030. Ryan, the 1030 is probably a little old now. I'd be looking more at the 830 than the 1030 if you're looking at it that way. For me personally, I go both. I use both. I use features of both. So I'm a horrible person to ask what to buy. If you have any specific questions about the functions or features on them, I can help you out. But the 830 is a lot more responsive on the touchscreen than the 1030. Mixed feelings about Strava. Yeah, wait for my video. I'm going to do a full walkthrough of the features of the free account, and there's a few. Just wait for the video. Yeah, it should be. Hopefully, it's a good watch. From the information I've gathered so far, there's a lot. New background. It's blue. It's blue, and I've got my little. Okay, got my little things there. Got some right-on stats. It's all happening. Zwift beta jersey. It's been forced on us by the event. So wake up with Waito. It's 8:30. It's 7 o'clock at night. Jarvis Island will never come back. I don't believe it will ever come back. Somebody's asked in the chat there. Bath Salts is new. Good to see you, Mr. Bath Salts. All right, we better get some watts up. I don't think this is not a race. This is just a ride. But are we ready? This is what it's got. This is it. It's just the Zwift, nothing more. Okay, actually that's kind of, you can see so much more. I'm going to flip over to my main big screen. I'll still have the questions on the side there. Okay, this is a whole world of difference. It's just, I mean, it might be boring as all hell for everybody else watching. Don't get on the front, Lama. Back it off. But the amount of stuff you can see that isn't behind the heads-up display on that giant spinning crown thing. So we will be going through the desert first, and then we're off through the Titan's Grove. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. Now with this, there's also no chat. Drop the bear. So with races to have this, yeah, that would be very interesting. It needs more immersion though. You need to know when someone's attacking. It's a bit dead otherwise. No bath salts. This is a test event for Team Jarvis or Club Jarvis. And it works. So first of all, it worked. I've been messing with the prefs file a little bit, so there was a risk that this wasn't going to work as expected, but it has. Now, the question I have is, will we see the person with the shiny light on top of one of these cliff tops? That is the question. See, I don't know how far we've got to go. That's the only problem with this. It's on there. What have I got on screen here? So it's all on the companion app. So this is offloaded to the companion app, which I have there on screen. Let me pull that up too, a little bigger. I can't give ride-ons. There's no circle for me, so the ratio is going to be a bit horrible until we finish. What do we have? So I can still wave. I can still unhappy bread. I can still see the Zwifters around me. Looking at that mode there. Cool, cool. But there's just so much more screen to look at. And this is in 4K, so on my screen here it's in 1080 on yours with the stream. But I can see so much further down the road and up the road. We also got messages here. Okay, so it is a group-only message. Group-only message group. As I said, it's been a long week. What's weird though is no power output. I'd at least like to have something on. Well, yeah, okay, I'll stop complaining. I'll just pull up my dashboard. There we go. Done. Club Jarvis is a test club for Zwift. Clubs, or the club infrastructure, what I hope it's going to allow is real life cycling clubs to jump on Zwift, create their own membership base, administer their own races, rides, events, workouts, and not have to get Zwift involved. I think that's the plan. Angela, how are we doing? It's a mirror, not a shiny light. It could be somebody else who's also bald as me, just in the sun on top of the hill there. It happens. I don't have a Zwift full screen, sorry. But I did have to rebuild this Windows machine, so it was only an hour to reinstall Windows 10. That was pretty quick. But getting the stream set up. More than horse noises, I tell you. Not sure I'll be in for the next lap of this, but I do want to go through Titans Grove with no heads-up display. There's got to be some branding on here somewhere. The Zwift metrics are hidden in-game. This is an official event. This is a test event. It can be done with Zwift prefs. You can hack the prefs to do this. It makes life hard, but if they can switch it off just for this, it's something. It'd be hard to... it's probably better for racing, I don't know. Just like in the real world, you need to keep an eye out who's up the road, how far up the road they are. New drivetrain components on the bike, which ones? Favourite trainer these days for non-TT work? Most of them. The Kicker still gets a good run. Kicker Core, that's floating around. The Doretto, it gets a good run too. What else? Obviously the Neos for my testing. New crank, bottom bracket, chain and cassette. Whew, that's the whole lot. Except jockey wheels. Saris for erg, there we go. That works. Why am I on the front again? Get off the front, me. Stop driving the pace. Okay. Have we seen the shiny rock mirror person yet? It's through town. It's on the top of the hill around the... there we go. Yep. Bang, there it is. See? See? Someone's up there sending signals. They need to give us a gravel bike in unlimited mode so we can just steer off the path, find our way up there somewhere, and see who's shining that the mirror. Stripping back the blue thumbs, yeah. It'd be good to have a mute thumb button. It would. But I do need to crank another fan. I don't need to keep the fans low now that I've got the voice filter on, but the less it has to do, the better. So I've reached tipping point. Headwind, here we go. Hey, come on, little buddy. There we go. Perfect. And I can't click on other riders' names to give them the ride on either. Rick's on Zwift because of my tutorials. Good stuff. Hope you're having fun, leveling up. I'm good, Jack. I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. Bath salt's got a refrigeration unit. Am I pumping out 500? No, the watts are on screen. They're all there. And they all agree, actually, that's a good thing. Have the power tap P1s on this bike. It's been a while since the P1's got a run. So if we look around, we'll also have the no heads up on the look around mode. What else do we have? Oh, look back. Forward. Lincoln. Best thing you can probably do is put it in a support ticket with Wahoo on that one. You kick a snaps jumping around. And don't use it in direct sunlight. That plays with the speed sensors on those units. No, Ray, it's spider testing actually. I'm currently up to 4 different power meters testing one spider, and I'm still not confident with what I'm seeing. Could smart train under 700 pounds? I'm the worst person to ask for that. I don't even know what a 700 pounds is. Let's go with pick a core. Never trust a spider, yeah. Yeah, it's been a weird one. The conditions I'm in though are pretty horrendous. It was 7 degrees, feels like 4, but I'm in the sun and out of the sun. And I'm seeing offsets change, which is concerning. Indoors, not a problem. Indoors is like a test bench though, that's where these things are born. Outdoors is a lot of noise. A lot of noise. Not actual sound noise. Vibration. I'm looking around for a towel. Oh, good steel. Whew. Well, it's kind of a bit dead without the, there's no in-game chat. You don't really know where you're sitting in the bunch. I think for this to be any good, you did voice chat. And maybe not all in the same jerseys. This is exclusive to Club Jarvis riders at the moment, this type of ride. "19 degrees in Queensland today." It won't be 19 here until probably November. Now, can I still go to the other riders, say Jarvis the Bear, and go view mode? I can, but note there's no back to me, so I don't even know who I'm looking at the moment. So switching views there, number one, I wouldn't even know I'm not looking at myself, unless I knew I was looking at the phone. Bit of confusion there. Bike, good question, see, I don't even know, that's me at the front there. So I go back to me. Where's the back to me? There it is. Right. Just the giant TCR in game. Smart trainer. Appears to be a Nova S. Appears to be behaving with power. It's in sim mode. If I press G, nothing M. Ooh, I can send a group text that no one sees, maybe. I couldn't think of anything else to say. The companion app doesn't support emojis either. The hold up on the bike for the stages stuff is firmware. The bike is on the shelves, but they have not released firmware to the public that does gear change customization. And we can't see what gear we're in. There's early access, which I've got. It is not of any value for me to review early access stuff, which may change quite a lot in the next week or two. They say end of May, we're almost there. I thought it was done. I wasn't told otherwise. That's why part one of the video came out really, really quickly. And then when I found out it was a few weeks away, the bike just got wheeled off the corner for a little bit. Best place to buy a kicker core, Scott, your local bike store. They will love you for it. Now, if you want to find out where, FE Sports are the importer here in Australia, so give those guys a ping if you want to find the nearest stockist. Nothing changes, just the UI has disappeared, which is nice. Do I want a new YouTube header? For sure. Jack, no worries, mate. If you can, feel free to type in Gplama time trial or Gplama cycling on Google Images, and you'll come up with a few shots that I'm happy for you to use. I'm not a graphic designer. I just hack things together. Much testing of the IQ squared. Maybe. Maybe. If I told you now, you'd not watch the video. Stay tuned. Where's the power data on screen? This is the test event. So this is sights and sounds. And the sights we get, there's just other riders. And the sounds we get should be dinosaurs in a few minutes. The ride-ons need to disappear, yeah, for sure. Yep. If the idea of this mode is to make it like riding outdoors, I don't often get thumbs above my head. Beer cans sometimes. Thumbs no. Oh, we've got a breakaway. This should be fun through here. Even if the existing heads-up display was half the size, or you had a choice to have a minimal heads-up display, that'd be better, because I think when this tool, Zwift, was first brought out, it was a training tool, and they didn't really foresee people just jumping on here and going for a ride. And that's what it's become. People just jump on Zwift and go for a ride, which we've never seen. Everything else is training. Smart trainers are for training. We call them trainers because they're for training. We don't call them bike simulators. Smart trainer. Smart bike. Aha, that is a change. But, yeah, I think it needs to be, there's got to be a balance. Not just one or the other. My God, someone's username is trainer is broken How's that for a Zwift username? There should be at least 128 character limit. Oh, I've got the option to quit event. Giving users too much choice is also a problem. Giving users no choice is also a problem. So I think I'd like to see, it's just the ratio. Like if you're going up a climb and you've got a leaderboard here, you've got a riders list here, and then you've got a time to go right in front of you, 50% of the screen is not usable. It's annoying. Yeah, touch screen, you can push them off. I hear new things are coming on Zwift. Excellent. I'm looking forward to the new things. Bicycle Sunday test mode for Club Jarvis. With no, oh look at the breakaway we have. Oh yeah. I'm pushing the pace. Oh no, this other guy. That's fine. That's okay. Tron Man, we'll blame Tron Man. Don't know who Tron Man is. Matthews, good job. So it's just a test event, I think, to show, well, they said to showcase the sights and sounds, but like I think it's just another easy mode they can add in to get more people to test the club's functionality. New stream set up tonight too. Wasn't planned. Neither was my Windows 10 crashing. Had a driver problem, and then I forgot my admin password. You know how it goes. There's not much to it either. Good to get a shout out from the PC users group of Zwift, taking an absolute massive dump on the hardware that I chose to run Zwift. I just happened to join the group today and find an interesting chat there. Wasn't involved in the conversation, but thanks for asking. The reason why I spent way too much money on the new Zwift machine is because I needed to future-proof it. I didn't have time to mess about building a PC. I've done that before, I don't care for that. I needed something off the shelf with a local warranty, had a ton of headroom to run Zwift, to do this encoding, capture 4K, do a ton of other stuff. This works really well, but apparently makes a few people disappointed. So when I do a video on this machine, I'll tell people not to buy it. But for me, it wasn't about buying a machine that was the least cost for the best performance. I didn't give a stuff. I had some money, so I went and bought a new machine. Problem solved. That's my take on that. And it's going to be outdated straight away, so nah. Do you think I can go with a free option with no data, free Zwift? Sorry, I'm having my own conversation in my head there with the Strava changes. A lot of people are comparing Strava to Facebook and Strava to Twitter. You can't do that with the recent changes on Strava. You can, however, compare Strava to Zwift for size of company and offerings. And you're the first person to call for free Zwift. I say hell no. I say hell no. You think about free Strava still have to store your data securely, provide you a help desk, provide you access, provide a ton of services. They do that for free. Okay, that's too much. A lot of horrible headlines this week about, again, a misinterpreted press release. Segments still exist on Strava. Segments are still there. You can set it every ride you do. You will set segment times. You can create segments. You can set a PB. You can do tons of stuff. I'll go through it in a video tomorrow. Okay, they also sell the data, but your data itself as a data point is probably worth not even what it's worth for them to protect your data and to provide you things like help desk services and availability. Your data, let's say it's worth 0.0000 of a cent. Billions of data points is worth something. Your single data point's worth jack. It costs them to store. So let's say they break even with that. So that also puts the onus on them to make their company profitable. I think that's lazy from a user point of view. I'm not having a crack at you in particular, just the idea of people saying, well, if they can't be profitable, they don't deserve to exist. There's a lot of opinion on this. And a few people have been asking for mine, but the last thing the internet needs is another privileged opinion on someone who uses Strava about the value that I get out of it. Because it doesn't mean jack for anyone else. What I'm interested in, and we have access to today, what the experience is. What is that experience? Von has a free account. I have a subscription account. And I've spent hours and hours and hours trawling through the free account, finding out what she can do, what she can't do, and then going through my account of what I can do. There's a few back doors that I'll go through tomorrow. But it's also, it's very, very complex. People are saying about they set expectations, sure, how they run the company, but how they run the company for the last 11 years, what does it matter for the next 2 or 3 years? You can't say, well, you didn't make it profitable, fuck you guys. Oops, sorry. Is it after 9? No, it's not. It's my Australian coming out. But a lot of people are thumping the table. Someone started a GoFundMe to make Strava free again. I get people are passionate. I like that. Being passionate about that tech, that's awesome. Passionate about Jarvis the Bear, stuff you Jarvis the Bear. Pick it up, man. Look how far you are behind. Got a good little working group here. So my take that no one cares about is I get my value out of Strava. Done deal. I've been chasing, if you've seen my Strava this week, I've been doing the Bo Peep loop. There's actually a little location out the road here called Bo Peep, where the sheep farm is. I've been doing that loop all week, doing repetitive testing. And I had my eye on a KOM. But during the week I was seeing my segment times and analysing the... Oh, by the way, if you have a free account on Strava, you can still see every segment, you can still analyse every segment, you can see the distance, elevation, the map, everything. Segments still exist. I've read way too much stuff on the internet saying they don't though. Or they've hidden them. But what they've hidden is only a very small thing. Anyhow, it's funny. But again, I'll try not to give my, again, as I said, privileged opinion. But I have no influence over Strava, so they don't give a shit. I use it. Zwiftcast? No, I'm not sure, Andrew. That's not in my hands. Somebody asked me on Twitter today. I get about 24 hours notice when we're going to record. And then we record, and that's all the touch points that I have with that. We did go weekly though for a couple of weeks there. Unless you're in the top 10. No, I'm not. Yeah. Just wait for my cover of Strava stuff tomorrow. You can still see segments. You can still get your PRs. You can still analyse your effort against your personal record. So some analysis stuff is still there. And then you also enter in the big data pool, so you're contributing to it. Maddie Heyman started Zwift then. There we go. Yeah, I did notice the shade that Ray threw. I don't think he put up what segment it was though. So I can't go out and snipe it. My favourite animal apart from a llama is an alpaca. So I'm not sure if these guys are pushing the pace or what, because I don't have the... I need that there on screen. I'm not sure this works too well because the lag there is on acceleration, and I don't know. Can you do the Zwift running June mission? As in, can I do it? There's not much chance of me doing it. But if people can do it, yeah. Jody Smith, IQ Squared coming soon. Where's the rest of everybody behind us? Oomph! That kick. See, we don't get an indication of the gradients either, so if I'm looking back, I don't know what's coming up. Do we have it on here? No, there's no gradient on that either, so there's something that's a little different. If Max is a sheep person, I can deal with that. Sheep are cool. Sheep are cute, sheep are beaut, sheep are soft and furry. There's a rhyme there, I'm sure it doesn't end too well. It'll probably end with me getting kicked off YouTube. The graphics are a lot better. Yeah, this is a Windows 10 machine with a NVIDIA RTX 2060, which isn't what you need to run Zwift nice and smooth, but it's just what I've gone with. Apparently people get angry at hardware. Jarvis in Zwift. Jarvis Island was the very first world in Zwift. That was the world, which was a real place. I think US military, southwest of Hawaii. That's where Jarvis came from. Now Jarvis is the bear. I don't know how hard to pedal to catch it. I don't know. See, at least if the numbers change and you know you're within the same watts per kilo. See, I've just shot through these guys. The bike shadows on the Windows machines look really good, yeah, for sure. On Apple TV, you'll just get a little blob underneath the rider. There's not much to it. There is a Shane Miller GP Sheepy user on Zwift. That's totally not me. That's totally not my test account. Max does have Where is the Green Sheep book, he does, yes. Yvonne got 4 alpacas, 3 llama books, a couple of alpaca books the other day. Very cool. All right, 1 lap down. We hang around for the next. It's only 7:30, let's do it. We've got a good breakaway here from the Ant Plus simulated bear, wherever he may be. Can we zoom back out? He's well back. Can't stop the screenshot. Okay, so F10 will do a screenshot for this. The question is, how is the screenshot going to present itself? Because on Zwift it has the 2 options, the overlay screenshot and the screenshot without the overlay. So let's grab one and we'll see. Oh, that's a pretty useless shot, that one. Let's do something creative. Good breakaway. That looks alright. Yeah, that's cool. F10 on that. And see what happens with the screenshot at the end. Avatar cadence will match your cadence if you have a cadence sensor. If not, it will just, I was going to say Strava-ly guess, referring to how Strava does power. It'll just guess and spin your legs if you don't have a cadence sensor on. I'm all for that. Anders, I'm all for that. That's a good idea. Oh, there's the edge of the world. Crikey. It's like the Truman Show. We should get a sailboat and go and knock on the wall there. I want to go to Fiji. That's what I want. Ant Plus versus Bluetooth. Bluetooth lately. Ant Plus if I'm recording on any number of these. Descent party withdrawals. My knees are loving it though. No climbing of Elf the Zwift lately. Got to make sure my phone on the screen there isn't hooked up to my iMessage. That's always going to be a bit of fun. Good working group here. 0 ride-ons given. Can we at least change that? It's looking a bit embarrassing. Boom. Hey, script works. Check that out. That's very cool. I have to thank the few very cluey viewers for the ride-on scripts. I just had a basic script that said who was the last ride-on. Then people have come through with some additional counters and things in PowerShell. Yeah, works well. Doesn't take a lot of system resources either, which is good. 2 ride-ons. We'll get the ratio sorted once we break out of this mode. All right. Right, can we multitask and message at the same time? We can. I need some TT bars are good for messaging. Oh, I've just been reminded this is not a TT saddle. Starts emoji with an eggplant. Firmware and config. Good working group here. We've got 4. Look at that. It's a nice little echelon. Done. Bye Gooch. Oh yeah. That Gooch was front and center right then, unfortunately. Which is not a good thing on a bike. Achievement banners, no, I bet you they don't. Because there's no overlay whatsoever. Other than M. So I'm pressing G to get the graph. I don't get that. Promo code, yeah, that works. Only works on Mac and PC too. You can't enter the promo code in on iOS. I think originally it was because Apple didn't want that in game, or was against their terms and conditions of some type. Oh, alrighty. Kind of vest. Jersey in game, that's the Zwift beta jersey. I own a real Zwift beta jersey actually. Probably doesn't fit anymore. I think it shrunk. I didn't get any bigger. Lycra shrinks, doesn't it? Good little bunch here. Where's that silly bear? He's hasn't even passed Monday yet. He's well back. But more on Ant versus Bluetooth. Bluetooth's come a long way with the latest Windows 10 updates and service packs. So it seems to do quite well. You can still get caught out with the one-to-one connection with Bluetooth, depending on the device you're using. How am I not sweating? I am kind of. I have 2 fans going though. Which reminds me, thanks. Solid swag of updates for the 830 and 530 Edge units from Garmin out. Not fully rolled out yet. I will be covering that in a video, probably this weekend. Huge list of firmware updates. It appears that the Garmin engineers are at home, riding indoors, which is a hint on what kind of updates they've pushed. It looks good though. There's one fix I'm looking at right now, which is my Edge 830 is trying to connect to my Varia radar light, but I'm in indoor mode. Train up. It is a yellow cap, so it'll disappear. Yes. BMW, how you doing? How's New Zealand these days? Going into winter? The ski resorts are going to be a bit stuffed this year. Depending on the lockdown rules. Victor Carpenart's YouTube channel, sorry, I don't watch it. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, I'm sorry. I change a lot of nappies that I don't put on YouTube. Ali Mac, how are you doing? I'm good. I got a comm today, mate. I'm happy. It's a good day. I felt kind of bad because the guy who I took the comm from even commented with, "Oh, I was bound to go soon. Well done, Shane." Because when someone takes one of my comms, it's not pleasant for a few minutes. So it's good to get a little message saying well done. A big Knoop. This is a test mode on Zwift with no heads-up display. Hey, Von. Still there. Looks alright? What's up? Huh. Wave, Von. Von's going to put a hand in and wave. You can be like a fish in the water there. Look at that. Don't get too close, it's a bit creepy. New Strava update. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. The time spent reading comments on the Strava update is time lost. Yeah, more on that tomorrow. If you spend an hour reading comments on Strava or other people's opinions away from earning money, it's a pretty bad proposition. It's a personal thing, that's why people are fired up. For one person, Strava means something. For another person, for me, I'm pumped I got a comm today. Shit, it's been years. Asher Gunsberg, right on. That dude. Host of The Bachelor. Yeah, so for me, the value's there for Strava, but for me to tell, I'm not going to tell everyone else. The value's there for me, so it has to be for you. Or debating about how they want to run their business or what they do. What I've been waiting for is, what it looks like from a free user versus what it looks like from a paid user, and how can you use it as a free user to get the most out of it. That to me is interesting. Comparing it to a cup of coffee is not. So I did put a few cryptic tweets out this week, just to stir some shit. Cycling's not a cloud service is one of them. What I meant by that, somebody wanted some clarity and I didn't reply, is that so many people were worked up over Strava and a cloud service that is always after the fact, unless you're using live segments or live tracking. It doesn't matter. We forgot about riding bikes is about riding bikes. There are no Des Fits and DCs thought on the matter. No, I haven't spoken to Des. Ray's it's posted up online. What are people looking for? As I said it early on, I don't want to give my privileged opinion to everyone else because no one cares. I don't care about my own opinion on this. I'm sick of hearing of it. But I am interested in, are people looking for a reaction different to theirs? It's this week's gate. It's this week's fight. Zwift put their prices up a few years ago, and everyone forgets about it. Every week there's something different. It's just this week's bitch and moan session. I'm not sure. I've read a few really interesting comments. I can't add anything value there though, sorry. What I think is interesting is a few of the workarounds for the free account, which are probably going to be chopped off as soon as I talk about them. So be it. The API stuff's well outside my realm. They screwed me 5 ways from Friday years ago on the API stuff. I had a website called Velo Kings, and what Velo Kings did was pick a segment, and they were all the velodromes around Melbourne. The domain still exists, velokings.shanemiller.net, but the site's dead. And in a 24-hour rolling window, it'll pick out who's done the most laps of that velodrome. And you were the velodrome king or queen. It was all the triathletes. And I'd find them and kudos them. If someone's doing 200 laps of a velodrome or 300 laps, that was interesting. That's what I used the API for years ago. That was cut off. It was January 2018. People want something to be salty. I think that's what it is. I don't mean any disrespect to people who are worked up over it or who care for it. That's, as I said, I could have clickbaited the absolute shite out of big news at Strava. You won't believe what they did. And put up a big thumbnail, but I'm tired this week. Again, it's about where the rubber meets the road. What's the difference? And we'll see that. I should get into clickbait. It pays the bills. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a bitch session. What are we going for? 52 minutes. Do go on, who's that? Go, go, go. What, are we racing, are we, or? We're going back through the forest. Where's the bear? He's gone. Well gone. Well gone. Power numbers are good. 3 power meters, all good. Where the worn out rubber meets the road. Who saw my picture this week? Damn. That was an old Specialized Roubaix Pro. Probably a few thousand kilometers on that. The tyre didn't wear, it crumbled. It's over on my Instagram. I did no research at all into the tyres that I was going to replace them with on my second bike. I just went to the local shop and said, give me 4 new tyres, thanks. They were tubeless. I tried to install tubeless again. Let's not talk about that. Tubeless don't install too well when it's a freezing cold garage. Tubes, on the other hand, go straight in. Whew. Someone has vomit in their username. Sights and sound, Phil, I'll give it a pass. It's interesting, but you have to load up the other stats to make it worthwhile. I guess we all are conditioned to look at where other riders are in the rider list, the watts per kilo they're doing, distance from. See, I wasn't paying too much attention where the bear was, and the bear's last week, he's well down the road. Tubeless video. I could have done about 10. I keep trying tubeless, because obviously everything that goes wrong for me, I'm like, what have I done wrong? And if you put it on the internet, you'll be told pretty quickly what you've done wrong. So yesterday I found that you can't install tubeless when it's about 2 degrees Celsius. The last thing I need is to install a heater in the garage next to my soapy water dispenser next to my air compressor. What else do we need for tubeless? I think your star sign has to align as well for tubeless to work. Should Zwift have offered a discount? No, I think they should have doubled their prices during lockdown. I'm kidding. But I don't think they should have offered a discount. The service they provide, again, talking about value, they've still got to pay bills. Because what happens in the downturn? Definition of insanity is someone trying to tell me that I'm doing it wrong trying to install tubeless tyres. I can install tubeless tyres. They're just a complete waste of time. But yeah, for Zwift dropping prices, no. I'd say if you're in a privileged position, which most of us are, if we're riding bikes for fun and not having to scavenge for food, if we can pay for something, pay for it. It's like what goes around comes around. It's like walking up to the coffee shop and saying, have I gone on this long rant? I got a lot. Let's say all your coffee shops are in lockdown, but one coffee shop's doing well, but you walk up to the manager and say, I'm only going to pay half for my coffee tomorrow. And the coffee shop owner goes, okay, I'll half the price of my coffee. Everyone's like, yes, half price coffee, beautiful. You come back tomorrow and there's a massive long lineup. I'm like, where the hell's my coffee? The service has changed. And the owner, who you convinced to half the price of coffee, has said, well, I can only hire one barista, not two. And I had to sell the other machine because we're only charging half as much for coffee. That's my crazy analogy for people wanting discounts. But if you can walk up to that coffee shop owner and say, mate, thanks for staying open. Thanks for putting a little tape on the ground. So Karen is going to stand a little further away from me when she wants to talk to you. Karen always wants to talk to the manager. And has looked after your interests. Give him a tip. Karen. It's always Karen. Back of the line, I had a Karen moment the other day. We order online with Skip, a little app here in Australia. Contactless payment. I order at home and pay, and then you go to the shop, cafe, and you show them, or they know who you are, you just pick up your coffee. It's brilliant. I got to walk in, and there was Karen. Karen's a token name. And I get a bit of a mouthful, but I shouldn't be cutting the line. I was a bit confused. And she wouldn't fake. When I walked, I just, what do you, yeah, that's my name, coffee. I'm like, oh, I ordered online as I walked back past her. And she turned the other way. Karen. Oof. Oh, that wasn't an attack point. Sorry, bros. I should have gone there. This is not a race. I want some kind of indication on the screen what's coming up. What happens when this event finishes? Does it come across the... Is there a heads-up display saying that it's finished? That would be a really interesting one. So if you haven't noticed, the stream's a little different tonight. It's a redesign. It's a rebuild after Windows 10 went south on me. So I took the opportunity just to tidy up the ride-on stats. Just to remind people I'm on everything else as well. Facebook, Twitter, Insta. Pretty easy to find me there. And then I redesigned this. So you can see the phone a little better with the full screen. That's probably even a better screen for this because it has all the metrics on the screen of the phone. It's an iPhone 6, I should upgrade that. Too much bezel. Phil, no, that should be fine. Swapping the maximum cogs isn't what you need to worry about. So your 30, 40, or 30. One thing you will need to check is that, well, first of all, obviously it's 11 speed, or 12 speed, 12 speed. You've got to have the same speeds. Just make sure your rear derailleur is compatible with up to a 30. If that is the case, you're fine. 30 to 34 is not a big change. Your chain should be able to handle that. Your B tension, you won't have to worry too much about that for that kind of change. If you're going from, say, a 25 to a 30, or a 23 to a 20... 27s are gone now, aren't they? The phone slightly askew is triggering you a little bit. Excellent. Excellent, that's 1 degree. Actually, I can double check that. I can make it 2 degrees, but then I'm going to get dropped. Oh, I see what's going on. Edit transform. Negative 2 degrees, sorry. I think it looks cool. Looks like it's just placed on the bench rather than just too official. But yeah, the rear derailleur, just watch a lot of I think most road now supports up to 30 or 32. Shimano anyway. Sunrace cassette with kicker. It's been a while since I've had a kicker with a cassette supplied. Kicker 18. Unless they've changed that, I don't know. No, not on the Neo. Let me talk. Where's this other dude? Is he? Oh, there we go. Go on, bro. Jump on, let's go. So I'm not sure we're even on the climb yet. We are on the climb, aren't we? We have to be. See, if it's only a few percent, you can't really tell. Obviously the train is kicking back a little bit, but could be maybe being in the wrong gear. And it is an us-only view. There's no one else on course. That's why it seems a bit quiet. I think there were 23 signed up for this one. I think it's interesting. It's not a game changer with no heads-up display though. It's a novelty in looking for the data, which is here for me, which is over there on screen. Yeah, incline and companion outfit, yeah, for sure. If they're going to be removing it from here, they've got to put it somewhere. Main trainer, all of them. This is the Noza S trainer from Acer, or Explover. Free hub greasy on the kicker core. If you're not coasting, you don't need to worry about it. Every couple of thousand Ks. It's more so just getting hands on, making sure everything else is tightened down, the cassette's not worn, the bearings are good, etc. Bit of a sprint there over the line. So there's no jerseys. We don't know our times because the HUD is just gone. It's just straight out gone. See, for a bit of fun, what they should have done is put the last lap on mountain bike course. Hang us left. I think this is a really cheap hack together event. Not in a bad way, it's just something they could do, I guess, but it's not anything changed. If you go to zwifthacks.com and download the little prefs tool, you can do this all the time anyway. Remove the heads-up display. It does create an absolute reliance on the companion app. You still get the pairing screen, you still get the shop, the drop shop, and the menus, but you don't get anything else. Yeah, they might just look at the reception of this. You know, people like me are going meh, then it just meh. Zwift log on the Apple TV. Now there's a secret to get your fit files off. I think it's the same for the log file though. Oh, there we go. And boom, right, so it finished on an hour. I wasn't ready for that. I thought it was a distance-based thing. So we are back and we are now full Zwift. Back to Apple TV 4K. Right, have a look at, I'm pretty sure I've done a Zwift tip. It's like my eyes have been opened. I can see what's going on. A Zwift tip on getting your fit files off Apple TV. And I thought underneath that screen was the logs. See, I wasn't aware if I had a power-up. Did I have any power-ups? I didn't remember to check in the companion app. We'll finish off this lap of this course and call it a day. All right, now we're back to giving some ride-ons. Here we go. Now the counter will be a little more friendly. Yes, I'll be able to do a video on the Strava update. But the hands-on experience of the update, not the theoretical, what do I think about their business. No one cares what I've got to say about that. I don't care what I've got to say about that. What I do care about is what does a free user get? What does a paid user get? Not a bloody press release. No BS about segments don't exist anymore that I've read this week. That's bull. What does it look like? That's what I'll cover. Your time stay on the leaderboards? Yes. When you are paid, you compare time? Yes. Do you see non-paid members on the leaderboards so you just aren't competing against paid users? Everyone's there. Nothing changes. Nothing changes for segments. Segments are still there. Free or paid segments are always there on your activities. You can create segments on a free or a paid user. You can create them. Your PB, you will get your current activity. You'll see your current time on that segment. You can compare and analyze yourself against your PB on that single segment. Nothing much, like when you really see it in action, I've been spending a few hours diving into this today. When you see it in action, you're like, shit, they didn't actually take away a lot. You can't see how many times you've done a course. So for example, if you've done Alp to Zwift, you see how many times you've done Alp to Zwift? Yeah, they broke that. Or how many times you've done a segment. Triple tap on Zwift logo gives fit file and log files. Boom, there we go, chat for the win. So real-time implications, exactly. Mate, someone will do it before me because I've just been busy this week, but I'll do it tomorrow in my own way. So I have what are the updates? I don't care why they did them. I'm not a business consultant for them, and they certainly don't care about my 2 cents on that. They care about my $5 a month, which they do get. Again, it's about what would I want to see about this? And I'm not going to try and convince anyone to go. You can buy whatever you want. You can sign up to whatever you want. For me, it's worth it. There's a couple of hacks. Strava Labs is kind of not an Achilles heel for them. It's going to be... You want a LAMA lab test and a new Strava update. There we go. So the perfect scenario, though, is that my wife has a free account and years and years and years of data, and I have a paid account with years and years and years of data. The new route builder is interesting. There's one catch though with the new route builder. There's one catch that I'm not happy with. But for this week I was doing there was a segment that I was targeting this week and I got it today. 5 kilometers, sort of slightly undulating little hilly thing. Got a lot of runners out. Must be a run club on, look at that. Or are they bots? There's never that many runners on Zwift. Haha, look at them all. It's like everyone forgot their bikes. Hey guys. Get a bike. Where's the ride on? Can I just yell it right onto them and non-stop? Right on. Right on. Right on. Right on. Look at them, there's tons of them. Yeah, I've never seen... There was much more interesting news than Strava this week. There was, but did you notice the clickbait goodness though of the Strava? Everybody did a Strava video or a topic, or a post. That's where the energy was. That's how the internet works. That's where the energy goes. I just got a bit tired of it all, and I just waited. I just wanted to see what it looked like. What do I think of the new channel of donut balls and chocolate sauce at Macca's? Oh my god! Tell me more. I didn't even know they existed. I kept clear of McDonald's in the last couple of weeks. They shut 12 of them down after, how's this, one delivery driver in Melbourne got the Rona. Had visited 12 stores for deliveries. They had to shut 12 stores down. That's just... How's your responsibility for that? Crikey. One delivery driver. Right on. Or maybe not. I'm just going to go back here to the... We'll say good day to all the Zwift newbies at the start line. I feel more comfortable looking at... I've got all my information here. I know what I'm looking at because I'm always scanning what's going on. I still think the mini-map is too big. The rider list there could be... I'm on a 4K screen, so I should be able to minimize that. Hey, cheers, Andrews. Cheers. Yeah, a bit more customization. That'd be kind of cool. Mac is closed. Mankini. Dude, did you see that guy on you're on Twitch. It had to be Twitch, didn't it? So if nobody caught that, I think somebody lost a bet the other day and he Zwifted in just a Mankini. Man, there were things bouncing around that you don't want to see on Zwift. Crikey. I think he was having fun. I don't think he was having too much fun because you could tell, but he was laughing at himself. The Strava route maker. The new route maker is good, and it's based on a lot of good source data. But there's one component of the route maker missing that everyone wanted. It was kind of half there with the old one. And instead of just going that little bit extra to make quite a few people happy, they removed it altogether. But there's a reason I'll go into it later. That stuff interests me. Because it actually impacts, if you own a certain GPS device, then you're going to have a different experience. Or you're not going to have the experience you want. There. It was the delivery driver. I heard it. Hang on. Go downtown. The COVID trainer that spread it. Oh, get out of here. We shouldn't laugh. This is me not trying to laugh. Oh, Michael Jackson's a moonwalker. Look out. Wait, now there's no one. It's your real life there. The route maker. Somerville Photography. Are you a paid subscriber to Strava or a non-paid subscriber to Strava? I can give you some tips if you're a non-paid subscriber to Strava. If you're paid, yes, sweet. The Rona. Doesn't everyone call it the Rona? Craig McLaughlin even had a song about this ages ago. Anybody from Australia remember? Hey Rona? Craig McLaughlin, there we go. Come on, someone from the UK is going to remember him. Scott from Neighbours. I think we're off topic. Here's me not wanting to talk about Strava, I'm talking about Neighbours. Yeah, that is a take on the Strava stuff. They should have added more value to get people to pay. Yeah, that's a take on things. There was a school regarding Rona shutdowns. I think schools were going back here, and then one young kid tested positive, and the school got shut down. It's just, it's crazy times. Look at all the people. Dang. Where's the noobs? There's the noobs. There we go. How's the sign-ups going for Zwift today? Pretty good, looks like. There's the newbies getting ready to roll out. We'll go give them a few ride-ons as they roll out. Again, I like to visit the newbies. It's like visiting the maternity section of a hospital. This is where new Zwifters get born. When you first log into Zwift and start off, that's where you get spawned. And these people here are like, what the hell do I have to pair? The hell's my cadence sensor? What's an ant stick? Bloody hell, this is all too hard. And once they get over that initial hurdle, they'll start rolling it. There goes one. Nah, there's a dropout. Oh, no. Just want to see one Zwifter born. Come on, we can all sell it. There she goes. Oh, it's a it has a drink. Why not? Oh, shit, dropout. Nah, there. It's all good. All right, we'll leave it there. I'm done for today. That's the Sand and Sequoias. What was it? That was the meditation mode there on Zwift. You're not distracted by watts per kilo. No power-ups. You didn't even know how far you had to go. But that was a bit of fun anyway. I enjoyed the chat. Yeah, regarding Strava, it is big news. I'll be dropping a video on that tomorrow, if all going to plan. So you can catch it. It's like newborn sea turtles. That's probably better than babies, because it's a bit creepy watching babies roll out on bikes. They'd sort of fall over, wouldn't they? 1200 watts part. Yeah, 1200 watts is a cap limit on, I think, dumb trainers. The rest get eaten by gulls. We're well off topic. Anyway, I've enjoyed this one. New stream, new setup, a couple of new graphics to add, and my new Be Right Back. And I will be right back Sunday soon, but tonight I'll get working on this Strava stuff. Hot topic, apparently. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and check out my Be Right Back pony before we leave. All right, we'll see you soon.